Hello and welcome to session 76 of this game. Last time, the court continued their way to the Changeling Island, discovered a stowaway from the pirates that attacked them on Captain Sam's ship, tricked him into trying to start a conversation and be friends with Zintris, which went spectacularly. Finishing from there, we had a quote-unquote fight with Melody, the illusory sea beast, gaining passage towards the area that the islands are in. Arrived on the island, solved a musical puzzle, and basically canoed onto the actual Changeling Island, which was brought the group a mixed welcoming of confusion, worry, but was able to the leader of the Changelings was able to calm down the crowd, and you discovered that they've been hiding there since they basically went missing, and a few of them have been trying to find a way outside of the barrier and perhaps to get back to the Fey realm. And with that, I welcome everyone to the Kingdom of Springkeep.
I want to lead by example. I want to be able to trust.
I don't know what kind of trickery this is, but it's a very poor one.
It probably comes from not wanting to lose more people.
I will do whatever it takes to get where I want and where I want to go.
I wanted it to come from me. I wanted to show you guys myself.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah, it's just dice.
Game. Oh, hey.
Hi. So, we're gonna, as much as we talked about the Changelings, we're gonna jump somewhere else right now.
Okay.
Kashana.
Hi.
You helped everybody take down Amarda. Onates got hold of the crystal to become Princept. You sealed away the light that was powering the machines to create the clones, and then had a bit of a time to relax within Pleawood. The funeral proceeded for Amarda, and Onates gave a speech essentially announcing himself as the next Princept with the coming coronation in a few days' time. During which, Chess, if you wouldn't mind kind of describing the way reality broke again.
Sorry?
Would you be able to kind of describe the way it looked when reality broke?
Oh god, that wasn't in the assignment.
So the area kind of your vision sort of wobbles, almost like it's rippling like water. And then as this is happening, there's like cracks across the glass, and through the cracks things look different as they appear and disappear, until the whole thing kind of just cracks and wobbles, and then things went black.
And after everything goes black, you feel yourself floating. I want you to make me a perception or investigation check.
Perception or investigation?
Yeah.
24.
Whoa. That's fantastic. As your vision starts to realign itself, as I said, you feel like you're floating, and it kind of gives that sinking feeling in your stomach, like when you're on a drop ride and it's the moment that it releases and you're about to fall. But the fall never really comes. And it's a little bit disorienting, but you manage to hold yourself together, and you look around, and you're in a space that is basically a dark void with shining lights, almost like stars, all around in multiple directions. As you try to get your bearings, you kind of find that there's not really a gravity, so you can kind of float and rotate your body as you wish, but there's not any solid ground. What you do see coming out of your chest are strings of lights that kind of fade, but as you focus on them, shoot off into different directions like strings. But before you manage to interact with anything else, you hear a sort of mumbling from around some direction, and you turn and look, and there is an individual also floating within this area. Someone that the rest of your party will meet or have met. It's hard to say, really. Chess, if you could one more time introduce this fellow.
Okay. See, this wasn't the assignment.
Yeah.
Simon had one question. This is an older gentleman. Sort of like gray hair that's kind of down to like the like where his neck starts. A mustache. A rather fancy looking suit that I can best describe as being lore colored. Tiefling lore, not cooler lore. A fancy hat. It's got like some feathers and shit in it. And like a perpetual sort of smile of wonder in a way. It's a smile of like a child who's seeing something for the first time, but also somebody whose master plan just came together and they're really happy about it.
And what is this individual's name?
His name, well, the name people call him is Parallel Al.
Oh, I love that so much.
Al is an A-L or E-L?
A-L.
Yeah.
I fought between it being Parallel Al or just Parallel.
Both are good. But honestly, Parallel Al fits my naming convention, I think, a bit better.
Yeah, Parallel Al.
So you see this this individual floating around as well, mumbling to himself, and eventually you catch his eye, and he just kind of starts floating himself over towards you. Just says, "Ah, Kashana, it is nice to see you again. How are you doing?"
Again?
"Oh, have we not met yet?"
Not that I know of. Who the fuck are you?
"Oh, my apologies. I am called Parallel Al. You can call me Al if you wish. Sorry, I thought we definitely would have met by now, but perhaps it would have been... Well, I guess now is the first time. It's kind of weird. We've met, I've met you, you haven't met me. That's how things go. But I take it you're probably a little confused now.
No shit.
How are you feeling?"
Confused.
"Ah, I see. How's the stomach doing?"
Listen, I don't know who the fuck you are or where the fuck I am, but if you don't fucking, like, give me some actual fucking answers and either put me back where I'm supposed to be, we're gonna have a problem.
"Oh, I'm not the one that's going to be putting you back. You'll put yourself back. But we have some business to take care of first. Where it is you are is between realities. I don't know if that means much to you right now. Basically, what happened was something in multiple realities kind of coalesced, and things shattered a little bit, and everyone kind of got thrown around this way and that, and I'm not quite sure what it is about you yet, but you ended up kind of slipping between like I do."
Okay.
"All your friends are probably safe. Having
What do you mean
landed..."
probably safe? They're either safe or they're not safe.
"Well, time is
Listen, man,
relative.
Don't bullshit me.
Would you say you're always safe?" They're either in a
You know what,
fight
fair
or they're
enough,
not
fine.
in a fight. "Would you like some licorice? It tends to help
No.
with the dizziness."
No!
"Okay, suit
I
yourself.
want to be back with my friends.
And if everything goes well, that should be relatively soon. But as I said, I kind of need you to help me with something to help your friends, to help you, to help everybody, if that makes
Alright,
sense.
Great. Just get to the point. What the fuck do you need, man?
I need you to grab something for me.
Oh, Jesus. Fucking fetch quest. Okay, what do you want? Fucking marble? What do you want?
No,
Cup of tea?
it's
What the fuck do you want?
It's a little instrument type thing.
Oh, that's more Law's, like, department. You might want to talk to Law instead of me about that.
Yeah, it is definitely more their department, but you're the one that kind of needs to get it so I can get it so they can get it kind of thing. It'll make sense later, I'm sure, if you don't mind. And he kind of like starts like pointing, like squinting and pointing at the different little streams of light coming out of you. If you wouldn't mind just grabbing that one right there.
I just kind of stare at him, and then I'm just like... So, like, is it, like, in front of me, or...?
Yeah, it's like a string. As you focus on it, it's like a string that's coming out of you and, like, going off in a direction.
Okay. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna do, like, the eye thing with, like, I'm watching you. And then I'll grab it.
As you grab it, everything kind of shatters again like glass, and you feel yourself kind of whoosh. And within, like, a second... you find yourself on solid ground. You are within a forest. It is nighttime. I can't really tell. I guess not a forest. It's not as dense as a forest, and the terrain around is a little more rocky, but there are some trees. A small wooded area. You can't really tell what time of year it is. It feels a little cooler, but you're not quite sure where you are. I want you to make me another perception check.
14.
14. Okay. It takes a little bit of time, but you start hearing sounds off in the distance. You can't quite make them out. Every now and then you hear a crack that sounds similar to, if not exactly the same sound as when the blight appear. So at the very least, you are certain you are in Springkeep somewhere. As you look, though, you manage to see the same gentleman, Parallel Al, kind of crouched within the bush up ahead of you, back towards you, looking out towards a building of some sort that you can't quite make out the detail from here.
I guess like I'll move towards it.
Okay. Are you sneaking or are you just going to walk on up?
I'm crunching my feet.
Crunching your feet?
Crunchy. Yeah.
Crunchy. Go, like, I was going to make a crunch sound, but then I realized I can't. But I got something on my desk, so you're just kind of going crunchy, like...
I'm making as much noise as possible, yeah. Please don't do that. That's awful.
And then by the time you get close enough to Parallel Al, you kind of make him jump with a start. He's like, whoa! Oh, scared me there. Hello.
I really doubt that.
Well, yes, no. I was not expecting that. Hello, my name is Parallel Al. How are you?
Yes, I know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we've met already. Oh, good.
Yeah,
That makes
okay,
us
get to the
much
point.
easier.
You need a thing. I'm bringing you the thing. What's the thing you need? Where is it?
So you see that near those buildings over there. And what you see now that you're closer are kind of like towers coming out of the ground, made of the same white stone as Ruin's Edge was. You're not at Ruin's Edge. This is not the same cityscape. It's more like tall towers or the tips of towers in some case. And he just says, over there you'll find a small little metal instrument, and I need you to grab that for me. As you may have noticed, there is some blight about, and while I could just bamf out of here, I really need that, but I'm not much of a fighter.
What does it do exactly?
I'm glad you asked.
I'm now not.
It is basically a little artifact that will allow multiple people to attune to the same thing.
And why do you want it?
Well, I want it because you want it, because I need to take it to your friends who will bring it to you or to the group later, earlier? Hard to say. Time's a little weird.
Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing time woobly shit. Great. Alright. Just, I guess, stay here. Whatever you fucking do. You're fucking weird and whatever.
Alright. So what do you do?
I'm making my way downtown.
Okay. As you get closer to the ruins, you can kind of hear the sound of laughter off in the distance. Sound of wings in the air. There are definitely blight around here as you hear more cracks coming.
I guess I'll try and stealth my way over.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
You just hear me mumble, I'm not Sin, I'm not Sin, I'm not Sin. Definitely not Sin. 5.
5. Okay. So you manage to get to the ruins without making any sound. But as you get closer, you start peering around to check that the coast is clear, and a bit of the wall gives way right near you, and it comes down with a loud crash and tumble.
You're fucking shitting me.
I want you to give me a investigation check at disadvantage.
9.
9. Okay. You do manage to spot a bit of metal piece underneath the rubble, but you see off in the distance now a couple of the smaller abyssal chicken blight have spotted you and start running towards you.
Okay. Okay, see. Let me... How close are they?
They're probably within like 100 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna wait until they're about maybe 70 feet away from me, and then I will cast on them Hunger of Oedicus.
Okay.
So then they're surrounded by the dome of bullshit.
Yeah, they are surrounded by the dome of bullshit. That's a save on their part?
Yeah, it's a dex.
Okay.
15.
15. They fail with a 10.
Okay. They take 2d6 cold damage.
Okay.
That's 8 plus, I have that, so that's 12.
12, okay. So the ones that were coming towards you get hit, and instantly their bodies just evaporate with a cold mist. But there are others coming. Some are going to probably not be smart enough to not run through. How long does the Dome of Oedicus last?
It's concentration for up to 1 minute.
Okay. So some of them are not going to be smart enough to go around it. So for a little bit now, you're going to have time to do something.
Yeah, I'll just start digging.
Okay. Give me a athletics check.
17.
Ooh, very nice. So, in no time at all, you managed to pull over the rocks that you needed, and you get in your possession what looks like a tuning fork.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty... It gives off no sense of magical energy to you off the bat, but it appears to be what you were tasked to get. And now there are a few more abyssal chickens starting to figure out that they can go around this big dome.
How far away was Al?
He's probably like 100 to 150 feet away.
Can I see him?
You
Can I see the spot where he was
yeah,
at?
you can see the spot where he was at.
All right, cool. I dimension door.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, you dimension door out, and as you appear in the bushes, you can see the abyssal chicken blight just reach your location and then just lose sight of you and not know what to do with themselves.
I imagine it's like when you find an enemy in Zelda and they just get confused.
Yeah, it's like, hey, there was someone here. What happened? Where'd they go? What? Whose footprints are these? And the right down beside you, crouched, is Parallel Al. He's like, oh, that went much better than I had hoped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You could have helped a little more, you know. You kind of, you know what? Whatever. I have your thing. Can we go? Can we go back now?
Yes, we can. He kind of, you know how Doctor Strange kind of does his magical stuff with like moving around as his hands move around in the air in this semantic way. A little like bubble kind of appears. If you wouldn't mind dropping that in here.
No. I think I'll hold it until we're back.
Very well. Just go ahead and grab that one.
still looking at him. I'm gonna use the object to like do the "I'm watching you" thing, and then I grab it.
Okay. As you grab it, everything cracks around you again. There's the whoosh, and now you are floating back in that space. And Parallel Al is there with you and just says, "Oh, welcome back. That was much faster than I anticipated."
Yeah, I like to be as efficient as possible when bullshit is happening. I have your thing.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, I need that to give to your friends.
How do I know you're not full of shit?
Make an insight check.
16.
He doesn't seem like one who can really lie to you. At the very least, not in a way that you wouldn't instantly be able to pick up on as someone who bullshits a lot of people.
Okay. I'll go to hand him the thing, but as I'm handing it to him, and he, like, does he put his hand out to grab it, or?
He does the bubble thing again.
I'm just gonna look him dead in the eye, and I go like, just so you know, if you're full of shit and anything happens to my friends, I will literally find a way back to you, and I will rip you limb from fucking limb. Do we understand?
Oh, absolutely. And just based off the fact that I am still here, I'm going to assume that does not happen.
I'm going to assume it may still possibly happen.
There are many realities. It is, I guess, possible in one of them.
Great.
Never been to one where I've died before.
Maybe we could make that happen for you.
So you drop it in there?
Yep.
You drop it in, he kind of swirls it around, and it's kind of encompassed in what looks like like an actual soap bubble, and it just kind of floats beside. He's like, "Oh, good, this is going to work out fantastically. Trust me." Well, I know you don't trust me, but trust me, this will only be good things for you. Are you sure you don't want any licorice?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Why does nobody ever want the licorice?
You know, we have a thing back home where they're like, don't take candy from strangers, and you are absolutely a stranger, but also very fucking strange. So I think it overlaps a little bit.
I suppose that's fair. I've known you much longer than you've known me. Oh well. Perhaps next time then. I think it's about time for you to get back. And as he says that, you don't even grab any of the strings, but reality once again shatters into the glass, and then everything goes back into the dark void. Onates.
Up.
You are the one that has kept the totem on you, because I gave it to you and we never mentioned it again.
Yes.
I
forgot I had that.
Yeah, because I was not going to give us the opportunity to not have that on us.
Actually, when we were on the ship, I lost it.
No, unfortunately, you did not. It's weird. If you try to get rid of it, it just reappears back in your pocket.
I cast it into the ocean.
And it's back in your pocket, much like every horror movie where someone tries to get rid of a cursed book.
The cat came back the very next day.
So, it is your guys' first night on the island. The leader of the changelings has left. You all have an okay sleeping arrangement set up in the community hall. What is it that you all do on your first night?
Well, I definitely bring all the blankets that we've been given, and I make just one communal area for us to all sleep at the same time, all together.
One mega blanket.
One
Yep.
mega blanket. Fair enough. Everyone else? Zin, Velki, Onates?
how do the stars look on the secret island, Michael?
How do the stars look on the secret island?
Yeah.
You look up. They're goodbye, dice. They are still doing the swirling, rotating around you. As bright and vibrant as ever.
You know, I should have asked Sam if they do that for him. There's not like... Oh, I guess because I see them differently than other people. I'm gonna go grab Velky.
Okay.
Because I forgot that I see the stars weirdly.
Yeah.
I don't have the joy of constellations. I just see
So
hypnotic
sad.
star pattern. I know, right?
Why would you do this to him? How could you? Poor
Kind of-
Anastasia.
You've never actually searched for constellations.
You're right. You're right. Me, the player, just assumed they didn't exist because of the swirl. Can I see if I can see the archer?
Sure. Give me a nature or a religion check.
I'm gonna use an actual like in-game constellation, and I'll be like, "Can I see Gemini?"
Gemini is a constellation, just so you know.
No, but like as like one that we found in the book, like.
Yeah, based off the gods.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand. Okay, I was like, did you know?
No,
all of
no,
the
like-
constellations.
No, like I knew, but I didn't.
understand.
Yeah, I didn't want to use like a real world one. I wanted to use an in-game one. Where is my die? Where is my D20?
You
There it
have
is.
Forget
a
to tell you
chest
that
of
the
dice.
Archer is also in real life. It's
Well, yes, but
It's a different archer.
when I was first learning about motion, the main one was a constellation of
fucking around.
archers.
I'm sorry. It's just.
No, I
need
like
to fuck around and find
Tess
out.
gaslighting us to thinking that Gemini isn't a constellation. I'm here for this.
Is anyone here a Gemini?
Cusp.
Loris, does that count?
No, I meant us.
Yeah, I'm on the cusp.
You're on the cusp.
Absolutely not.
Well, then I think it maybe doesn't exist.
Damn.
Wrong.
What about lore, though? They're Gemini.
I would once again like to grumble about religion being an intelligence check, and then roll for nature. That was cocked. That's okay. 14.
14. So you do see the archer, and you only see the archer. And
Oh.
there's the archer, and then there is the archer, and over there is the archer.
Oh, can I just like see whatever one I want to see?
No, if you try to focus on a different one from the book, you can't see it. You only see an infinite amount of the archer repeated over and over and over and over, layering upon each other in infinity.
Okay, that's a topic for later. Why is it every time I try to learn things, you give me more questions? Is me saying to Michael, but also Onate saying to the sky, aka motion. Kind of rubs his eyes. I'm going to bed.
Fair enough.
So you don't need me.
I'm gonna walk in. I kind of plop down and I go, okay.
Yes.
When you look at the stars in the sky, you see lots of different stars, right?
What? Define lots.
Well, like there's multiple different constellations,
Yeah.
and you see multiple if you're looking for them.
Yes. Is this a trick question?
No, just another confusing part of being me, apparently.
Would you like me to point them out to you?
Maybe another night. I would like that, though. I can apparently only see one. There was a lot of it, though.
There's like 3 starry forms. If I'm just gonna assume that it has something to do with that.
There's. I have the form of the archer, the chalice.
Mhm.
There is a third one. I have literally never used it.
It's a dragon.
It is a dragon. it is a dragon.
It's Anastase's mid-season form upgrade.
It's my super form. But I don't see a chalice or a dragon. I just see the archer.
Right.
Lots of them spinning in a circle like the stars always do for me.
Yeah?
Remind me, if you remember, to ask Sam about it when we get back to the boat. If we go back to the boat, we are going back to the boat. When we get back to the boat.
Yeah, but how else would we get out of it?
Exactly. I had a moment where I was like, wait, is he taking us? And then I was like, oh yeah, we don't have a ship anymore.
Right, yeah. Well, if I remember, you'll remember.
Right.
Yeah? Right.
Yeah. You're a lot better at remembering things than I am.
No. Looks at my 0 intelligence. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So good at remembering things.
It's like the cosmic force piloting you is better at remembering than the cosmic force piloting me.
Yeah, sometimes. I'll go make a star chart. You get some sleep.
You should get some sleep too, maybe. If you're tired, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't have any plans for tonight. Only tomorrow.
Okay. Gives Belky a little smooch on the forehead. Good night.
Night.
And then he collapses into the blankets.
You guys.
The moment you collapse into the blankets,
Right.
you don't see anything because your eyes have closed. But for everybody else, you see that crack in reality as your vision turns into like broken glass, and then it recoalesces together, and suddenly Kashana is in the room.
I shit myself and end my turn.
Can't
Do
believe
I-
that was your whole turn.
Do I hear a sound of broken glass? I never described if it came with a sound or not.
Do I just land on top of like Onates? How does this happen?
Yes.
Is that yes to both of our questions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You hear it crack as I fall on you.
Ah!
It's your bones.
What?
Rock bones.
I
Through
mean,
the
it'd more
blanket.
likely be Kashana's bones.
What is on top of
Shauna's
me?
What is under me?
Oh.
Why is it? Why is it stinky? Oh, it's just Onates.
Oh great, she's back.
Oh, and I just wiggle my butt.
As we all know, Anastase's back and butt is pretty rough, so it hurts a little.
Well,
That's
no,
fine,
his,
I do it
his butt's
anyway.
pretty smooth.
I'll take a D4 damage. I don't give a shit.
D4 butt damage?
But I will get up and I'll get off Onates.
He rolls around so he's laying facing the ceiling. Hello, Kashana.
Hello.
Is
you
Al
sleeping?
finally done with you?
Yay, hello, Kashana.
Oh, hi, darling.
He was complaining, actually.
Oh. So nothing new. Got it. Where the fuck are we?
That's a good
No,
question.
you
Where
don't get to
are
ask
we?
that. That's
Well-
actually a bad question.
You
Where
remember
the
that
fuck have
painting
you
we
been?
found?
That was a lot of
no,
questions all at once, one at a time.
We will get there. Where the fuck have you been?
Well, there was this guy named Al who wanted to give me licorice. I'm assuming. Did you all meet this guy?
Yeah, it's really good.
You
licorice.
you took the licorice.
was
Okay,
really good, actually.
I assumed that if you had, you would taken the licorice. I did not. I had to bring him a thing. And then I threatened his life, and now I'm here.
He did leave us a note saying he was borrowing you for a time.
Oh well, how long was the time?
Couple weeks.
Oh,
A while.
oh, well, that's nice of him.
Yeah, that would have happened around the 28th of the last month, and for whatever reason, Google Docs is not keeping my thing properly, so I don't actually know what day it is anymore. So I'm just gonna guess.
It's an unknown day.
Yeah, let's just start it off on a Monday. It is the 9th of Xenos.
I hate Mondays.
Love
Well, now
Mondays.
you have extra
A
reason.
Monday right now. What? Fucking love Mondays.
Monday's the only day I get off. It's my best, my favorite day. Best day.
So, okay. Well, that's all that really happened with me. So, can somebody now tell me where the fuck we are, and what the fuck is going on?
Transland
Also, can I
Islands.
have a hug?
I'll hug her.
I was waiting for Lord to hug her first. It'd be weird if anybody else hugged her first. It's like, yes, but also, wait, why? Hold on.
Actually,
I just
it'd be much
assumed
later.
after she got off on a taste, I was immediately in her lap.
Oh well, that's fair. I mean, being in my lap does not constitute hug.
Kashana, as you look around, it is a wooden building. Simply made, but nice and sturdy. You can feel the humidity of the ocean air, which isn't abnormal for you. You were on the boat for some time, and you've taken, well, a number of sea voyages at this point, so you could probably surmise you're somewhere near the ocean.
So do I know about Sam and Onates being brothers, or
No, you wouldn't know any about any of
okay.
that stuff.
Until we explain it.
Yeah.
okay?
Which we can wipe if you want, or you can actually like do it in character. I'll leave that up to you.
We can just gloss over because I know quite a bit. So
Yeah.
that
Mel
way
and I,
this doesn't go forever.
yeah, Mel and I did a decent job, I think, of explaining everything that happened.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, clock wipe, you are caught up on the last few weeks of the adventure, and I apologize, but I need us to go to a quick break because I need to run to the washroom.
Okay.
Nope.
This isn't even half. That's the worst part. Only 20 makes it sound like, oh, like I have like 5 or 6 more pairs. Oh, I got 25 pairs. No. This is like a quarter of what I have. I have 2 full that I've just organized that are just strays.
Okay. So,
Sorry.
no worries. All right. We did the clock wipe, so Kashana, you've been caught up on basically everything. Probably mostly from lore, going on many little tangents. You've also heard about a lot of the drama and trauma.
I tell her about every mega bed and every time that we had a bath together and every time that we tried to make Sintra's a friend. And all the tricks that I've shown Marigold. It'll be like really important information mixed with then like just nonsense.
I just assume I get like a whole ass show about like how many tricks now Marigold can do. Like it's like a circus act. Like I have to sit at the front row.
You know, like a dog show.
Yeah.
We stop for a moment and just put on like a Marigold dog show.
We had to stop. They had to build a stage. Like,
Okay,
It's
Law,
just
you can put away the puppets now.
Sintras and Velky holding sheets up.
That's exactly how I imagine it.
He's using his quarterstaff to do so he doesn't have to get off the bed.
Lore made actual puppets from the puppet banner.
That's what I was thinking, actually. Yeah.
Just made sock puppets. We had to take a 25-minute break for us to stop and make sock puppets really quickly.
Yeah, that sounds accurate. That's exactly what happened.
You really dramatized the interaction with the sea dragon.
Oh, at that point I just show her all of my sketchbook stuff, and that's like a whole separate like 45 minutes where I just tell her about everything that I've drawn. And some of it I like literally spent the time telling her, or was like, oh yes, this was the sea dragon, or we met Melody the sea dragon, and then when we go through the sketchbook, it's like, oh yes, this is who the actual pictures.
I imagine that was like the intermission in the puppet show.
Yeah.
So I'm all caught up.
You're all caught up.
Marigold is exhausted and full of treats from doing all of the tricks, I'm assuming.
Oh yes.
I've applauded.
Yes. I've actually am impressed that Marigold did a bunch of tricks because despite all the training, they're actually really not that cooperative.
Just
Like,
one time.
He knows how to do tricks, but he just is not into it.
I get it.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Ta-da!
Okay, so I'm all caught up. Okay, so quick, because that's a lot of information to take in. What are we doing now?
No idea.
Oh, that
Okay.
depends. Do you mean here or after here? There's plans for both.
Yeah, a plan and
Okay.
what we're doing currently are 2 different things.
Okay, let's start with now.
Good question.
Sleep.
Okay.
Talk to the elder in the morning. I'm gonna go talk to Ina.
Yeah. We want to find Ina.
Going to have a funeral. Or the remembrance. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly
like
just
Morning.
figure stuff out for law.
And I don't even know right now. We're just here, vibing. Cool
All right.
time.
Well, I guess we'll just see what the morning brings. I'm assuming we all want to go to bed.
I don't know when Ante fell asleep. I'm assuming he is asleep because he was asleep when he got here.
Was the same,
You tell me
and
Anates
it just happened.
missed my ferret show? What?
I'm gonna say he potentially fell asleep during your ferret show. I don't know.
He fell asleep during the ferret show. He's He's tired. He's tired of having his brain jumbled by his father. He's done. He hates it here.
He hates it here.
In the land of lore.
I'm sure he means more in existence.
Yes.
I know.
it
I'm
was
literally
funny.
joking.
It was a woogly googly.
Great woogly googly.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all managed to get some much needed rest. The sun rises and you hear the sound of roosters off in the distance with it.
Velky cry, actually. It's so much like home. Where's his chickens?
Oh.
Yeah, that's basically it. After a little bit of time, the village chief Zestin will return. Well, first we'll knock at the door.
Oh no. There's another person in here. Should I hide under the bed?
I answer the door.
No! Why don't you ever listen?
And I'm like half dressed. I'm like not ready yet. I've got like I got like a shirt on, and it's Laura's shirt. I open the door.
Okay. Before you is a changeling, which you were told you're on the island of changelings, but it's a lot different to see one that isn't lore.
Laura is in their changeling form just this whole time also. It's very normal at this point for them. Not really, but you know, theory.
But yeah, you've never seen any other than lore. So there is that slight bit of, oh, this is actually happening. I will state for you, Callie, that all the changelings by default go by they, them.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
And there are ones that will take on other forms that they have found themselves more comfortable in, and some of them will also take binary genders, but for the general populace here, it is non-binary, and they stick to their white skin, white hair. Though I guess some might even like give themselves other colored hair, because they could just do that. They can just give themselves colored parts.
Yep.
Changelings are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do a campaign of all changelings.
Okay. I'm done.
Really detracts from the importance of a changeling. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It could be like, oops, all bards, you know?
Oops, all bards. Or like how Critical Role kept joking at the end of campaign 2 that next time they're all just going to be elf fighters.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Or it'd be like if you played all rogues.
Seeing you, Kashana, Zestin just looks and is like, oh, hello, I don't believe we met yesterday.
No, we didn't. I just kind of popped in, dimensional rift things, time wooglies. Is this our morning call? Is there coffee? Are you here for...
They tilt their head to look at the rest of the group and sees that there's no other additional people.
No, it's just me. Don't worry about it.
Laura will just like shrug.
In our defense, she did literally just pop up out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, she just got here, so we're also trying to work with that.
Would it be easier if I didn't ask?
No, I could ask. So there was this guy, and I just go off. I'm just like, there was this guy named Al, and there was this thing I had to bring him, and I just won't shut up.
Okay.
I was on you, to be honest.
Well, welcome. I am Zestin. I run the village here. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, as unexpected as it is.
That's nice to meet you too. It's so nice to know there's other changelings like Lore, because Lore is wonderful, Like, Lore is the best.
Mm-hmm.
That is
So bumblebees.
that is quite nice to hear from well, anyone outside of our own community. Yes, this is your morning call, I suppose.
Is the coffee? I peer around the corner.
I don't have any here, but I can lead you to some.
Oh my god, yes. I step out into the hall.
Would all of you like to join us for breakfast as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
are pants optional or like...
No, I'd recommend that you put pants on.
Put your
actually.
pants on.
Again with the pants. Okay, give me 5 minutes.
Having respect for the people trying to eat food.
Going naked.
Oh,
This is
sorry, if you didn't-
respectful.
How? Where?
Covered my bits.
Covered your pants.
The-
With what?
The
point to the shirt.
the nude
Imagination.
community is on the other side of the island.
Guys, okay, did you hear that? We should go to that side. We should go visit. More. It'll be so much fun.
If I go over there, everybody's gonna see my tan. I'd rather I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, we might go over there. I'm not gonna say no because it does sound pretty fun, but we're gonna be respectful here.
That's true. Okay, let me get pants on.
Important in life.
I put on pants. I'm not taking the shirt off. It's mine now.
I think it's actually like a dead guy's shirt. To be fair with you.
I take off the shirt.
Oh, I thought that'd make it better.
Put my regular clothes back on now.
It is most definitely that one dead guy's shirt. Yes.
I see one blood stain and I'm like, oh.
I have two shirts. Are they both technically from dead people?
Oh no.
Are all of Lore's clothes technically?
Yeah, Lore only wears dead people clothes.
What about those ponchos though?
Oh, Lore does have punches, but those are decorative. They were for fancy events and are definitely Marigold's nest back in the wagon.
Which you have not seen for a long time.
No. I miss my ponchos.
So you're led out to breakfast. Within the village there is a grand communal eating area. Fires all around with multitudes of food being cooked. A lot of fish. This is an island, and while they do have some farm animals, cattle, chickens, as you heard, a large portion of their diet is fish, as that is in abundance.
Okay, so can I go grab a fish out of the water with my face again? I would like that very much.
Sure, go ahead.
What do I do?
I believe that was a dexterity check.
I don't know what my dex is. Oh, okay. 19.
Jesus
13.
Christ. Yeah, the fish is smaller, closer in. The bigger fish tend to stay farther out. And to note, as you look out on the ocean, you don't see the other island, which should be very much in view, or the majority of the stone archways. It is only the
Sense
last
to me.
one.
Because we didn't see this island from there either, so why would we be able to see that island from here,
Yeah.
even if it is visible?
So, yeah, you managed to pull a small fish with your bare hands out of the water, and you get a small round of applause from the people nearby.
It's only fair that I catch my own food.
Much like last time, Onatace is looking respectfully.
Good for him.
How respectfully? Make a charisma save.
Oh, hilarious. Do it. That'll be funny.
Mantis is looking disrespectfully.
I think like a 13.
Disrespectful.
I would say that's
Yeah.
relatively respectful.
Acceptable.
Yeah. But there is plenty of food, drinks, coffees, teas, and a overabundance of music.
Aww. That's so fun.
And lore. The longer you kind of stay out here, you don't have any memories of this place. But there is a strong sense of nostalgia and familiarity in some of the sights, the sounds, the smells. You don't remember, but you do feel like you've been here long, long ago. Kind of like a far-off dream.
Aww. Laura will just intake everything. It's very overwhelming, but they're very happy.
Kashana, bless you.
Sorry,
Bless you.
I'm dying.
The coffee here is probably some of the strongest you've ever had.
Amazing.
Probably very pure. I mean,
Colombian coffee, man.
generally speaking, like, this is a basically medieval setting, so like it's not like there's a lot of preservatives or anything in anything you've had, but there's just something about, like, this is definitely very fresh and strong.
I don't know, man. I have an entire book
I'll
about
go
medieval
with it.
coffee.
Bitter as shit.
I'll add some sugar. If they have sugar.
I don't drink coffee, so I don't know what that's like, but
Bitter.
Beater.
doesn't sound great.
Homemade coffee's pretty good.
My coffee is good. Black coffee is just a little bitter.
Yeah.
I think coffee smells fantastic. I just can't drink it.
You're valid.
I will allow this.
So, the day is now all of yours.
Everything all at once.
All the
Okay.
time.
So
I want to do all
you have
of
to
it.
start doing your taxes and go to the audit office.
No. No. Not taxes.
And
Not that
you
everything.
must somehow shove this award up your butt.
Or we can consider
You mean because of the movie? I didn't get it until you said that. I was like, what? Oh, yeah, no, I get it now. I will not be shoving an award up my butt, I'm sorry to say.
it's considered tax fraud if we haven't paid our taxes. Oh my goodness, this is wretched also.
I don't know, Onates, do you need your friends to pay you taxes?
Oh, never mind. God, my brain is so slow.
I mean, I definitely made it in Michael's world that tax evasion does exist, 'cause that's why Billion went to jail. So, I don't know, man.
I went to that place of if anybody should be paying anybody anything, it's these guys paying Velky. No, you're right. Taxes. No, Velky's not a citizen of Mornren. He will not be paying Anate's taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Onates
there,
won't
maybe.
charge his friend taxes.
It's good having an in the royalty.
I mean, if we move there, maybe he'll make us pay taxes, because then that's favoritism.
Yep, I think that's valid. That's valid. I would pay taxes if I lived there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of morally corrupt if you don't, so...
And then
Just 'cause
Anates would become
got
the
it
thing
in.
he didn't want to be.
Yeah, well, then we have to eat on a taste, so...
Eat the rich.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
so
mean,
Zen.
We've already.
Yeah, but we've made the exception for you because you kind of are actively avoiding your family, so it's
Yes,
okay.
Zin assigns himself poor, so...
But he is also
Yeah,
just rich. How much money do you have, Zin?
Well, let's take a look here. 82 platinum, 3,003 gold, 6,374 silver, 1,158 copper.
Zin
Yeah,
is
so
fine
Zin
poor,
should
but
pay
he
for
is not.
You know.
I forgot that we got rich.
Yeah, y'all are pretty rich, and Zin never buys anything.
I also never buy anything. I have almost as much... I think I have roughly as much money as Zin.
I mean, what could I buy that could possibly be any better than what I've already got? aside from a magical item.
Magical items.
The last few things I would have had to buy, I got on on King money,
Yeah.
on Princess money.
So anyway,
I got distracted by literally everything. What's happening right
the day is yours. Do we want
right.
to have me randomly decide who has to do something first?
Sure. Fuck it up.
Sure.
There are 5 of you,
Do
so I'll
we-
roll a d6.
Do we know when the memorial is? Was that happening today?
It probably wouldn't be today because they have to still kind of,
Okay. Just
coordinate. That's a 6. That's a reroll. That's a 2. Hey, Onates, what you up to?
Fuck.
Roll me a d8.
A D8?
Yeah, I think that's where we're at.
Okay. I feel like I might have done the 8 last time. I don't remember though. 8.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are you up to?
God, I don't know. Well, he knows what Velky's doing. Velky's going to talk to the Madam Ava or whatever her name was.
Madam Ina?
That one.
He wants to go say hi to his buddy. You can come with if you want.
Well, I figured we'd just do a Ina run because I also want to come to that.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I want him to go do something, but I don't know what there is to do on this island.
Really anything, probably.
Sky's your limits. Sky's limits on Changeling Island.
Skywrite.
Mm-hmm. I could skywrite. I do have that.
If you are having trouble, I've got something planned for you.
Oh.
Haha.
Okay. Take me, narrative.
Yeah. So as you are kind of wandering the docks and streets, you hear a ringing from your presidential sending stone.
Ring, 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 ring. He'll pull it out. Yes, Eve.
Eden.
I do it every time. I do it every time.
I'd like it's an excuse.
Just think Garden of Eden.
That's how I get to Eve, Michael.
Then don't. How about that? Simply don't.
That's why I'm always wrong, because my brain remembers Garden of Eden but defaults to Eve.
We need to get you a sticky note and on it. Anyway, yes.
Yes, Eden.
Onates, I hope you are doing well. There's been a cult.
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry. I'll mute myself. I apologize.
I've received word from the southern city in Mornman of Daisy Hill that there's apparently a cult that worships some sort of sea creature. And I figured this would be something that you'd want to kind of dictate action on.
A cult that worships a sea creature?
Yes, I don't know all the details quite yet. Apparently the head is some small child? And they like donuts.
The one-off.
Oh! Oh! Hey,
I'm sorry, really?
hey, I'm gonna go to bed. You guys have fun.
I'm gonna shit my pants.
Look, I never thought you were gonna acknowledge the fact that I put her here.
Bro.
Okay. Are they causing a disturbance?
I don't know. You tell me, Chess. Are they causing a disturbance?
That depends.
Okay.
Do you consider being given free donuts a disturbance?
No.
Do you consider the potential presence of a kraken a disturbance?
That probably would be.
And also her making you high-five a tentacle. These are the MOs of the cult.
Yeah. Does all the cult do that, or is it just Rosie?
I think only Rosie is.
Does the rest of the cult have, like, a fake homemade tentacle?
No. Though that's adorable.
I think the threat of a kraken would be a disturbance.
Okay, then probably.
Well, the reports indicate that the creature they worship is some sort of giant octopus-like being, and if what I've been told is correct, the small child that gives away free donuts also has some sort of tentacle appendage that she requires everybody to quote-unquote high five.
Right. Okay. God, I would love to say what is it with today, but I have been to bed. Okay. Try to get in contact with this leader child. Perhaps we can convince them to not sick a giant octopus on people.
Very well. I will keep you informed on the situation.
Will I have you any news from Pine Tree?
None as of yet.
No news is good news. And our church visitors?
Everything has gone smoothly. We should be beginning building a church here in Pleawood soon. I will make sure to oversee that there are no basements added. And the majority are currently on their way to Lavender Falls to leave.
Right. Are they being escorted?
Yes.
Is it Bren?
No, it is not.
No, I was going to suggest that he take them cliff diving.
They've already left, so it would have been too late anyway.
Yeah. It's quite a good attraction. Well, thank you for the news. The next time I'm in Mornren, I will try to deal with it.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that and we come to some sort of amicable agreement beforehand.
I'm hoping they don't also ask for a church.
They will, but it's actually just caves.
They actually want a donut shop. That's their church.
Yeah. Okay.
It's built like a church and looks like a church, but it's a donut shop.
Onates, you are having quite the day.
I am. Are you adding more to it?
No.
Okay, that sounded like a segue.
Let's see who's next on the train. That's you again. Velky.
I'm sorry, just a second, I'm taking a drink. You called me at the worst time ever. 1 second.
Sippy.
And then I died. Okay. If we're waiting to do the Madame Ina thing so we all go together, then I am going to see if I can I fucking forgot his name. Hold on, give me a second. Zeston?
Yeah,
I'd like to ask Zeston if he has any kind of astral star charts lying around.
Oh, that's gay.
Zeston can definitely get a hold of some star charts of the local area.
Yeah, I would much appreciate it.
I will see what I can scrounge up and get it to you before dinner.
That's so fast.
Well, I think I know who to ask.
Oh, that's good.
A lot of our fishers need to keep track of the stars.
Makes sense, navigation, yeah.
We don't have any sort of lighthouse, so sometimes it's hard to see the island from afar.
I've noticed that there's no lighthouse. When people go fishing, do they often come back at night?
Generally speaking, it is before, but they'll also head out pretty early in the morning.
Well, right, that makes sense. Huh.
There's also, you can take some night boat tours.
Really?
Yes, we have
3 hours.
around the eastern side of the island, there are some nice reefs.
Sounds like a thing anyone can do.
Anyone with a boat and time.
What if I don't have a boat?
Then you can ask someone who has a boat and time.
I gotta go find somebody that has a boat in time. Do you have a boat in time?
I do not have a boat.
Shoot. I'll just go. I'll go ask somebody else.
I mean, we have a boat, but it wasn't allowed to come.
Yep, it's fair. Oh, we have our rowboat.
You do have a rowboat.
And time. Yes, I do think I know what we will do tonight.
Okay.
Is this a guided tour? Do I need a tour guide?
You don't need one, but there would be one.
Okay, so I still have to find somebody that has time. Okay. I will spend some time looking for time.
Okay.
And maybe a better boat, but mostly time.
Find a guy named Time.
But like the herb.
Yeah.
Time.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're gonna wait for everyone's Ina job,
Yeah, that
Kashana.
way, whoever wants to go with can go.
What would Kashana like to do with her day?
I'm just gonna kind of keep with lore because I don't know the place that well. So I would just stick with lore and kind of look around.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I think that's all like Kashana would do because she's a little disoriented.
Fair enough. Lore, what do you and Kashana get up to?
Laura wants to do everything. So they're going to. Is there like a market area?
Kind of. They don't really deal in currency here. But
Okay.
there are places where people put out like things they've made to trade or just give to those who need. There's also there are some visual artists, but it is obviously mostly musical.
Okay.
But if there's goods or stuff you've wanting to go look for, there'd also be tools being made to be given out.
I'm not even like looking for anything. I think Lord just wants to literally like take in everything and just like pretty much watch how the people behave here and just like I don't know. Maybe when they finally got some like confidence, because this is like spooky and kind of nerve-wracking, but they would maybe play some music on like a little area for people to listen to, but just I don't know, because
one
they
thing
do
you'll
usually to calm themselves down.
one thing you'll definitely find is that there are like a lot of jewelry made of like nature material.
Is there like
Shells.
a hair clip like that I can see?
Oh, for sure. There's definitely like hair ties. A lot of them have very long hair and are usually tied or braided in some manner of fashion.
I wanna buy like a matching set. Like they're not the exact same maybe. But they're just like little like beret clips, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely can
Gotta
get
go
something.
with the our color palettes, you know?
Mm-hmm. So like I just wanted like maybe something simple with maybe like a shell or something on it.
Yeah,
And then
they're-
I'll clip it into Laura's hair. And then I have one for myself.
as you're traveling around with you, Lore, you eventually, Teddy, no. Okay, fine. I guess you're gonna lay on the tablecloth.
Teddy, yes.
That's going back in the wash. As you're traveling around, eventually you hear someone just say, Karn? Which you recognize as one of your birth parents' names.
Hello.
In front of you is a changeling.
That'd be weird if it wasn't. See an Erica girl approach you.
They look somewhat similar to you. Not exactly, but there's like a little bit of the shape of the eyes and the way your hair parts and the angle of your ears. There's just a slight similarity. And they just kind of stare at you for a bit and just kind of shake their head, and they're like, sorry, I thought you were somewhere else.
That's okay. I believe that I'm the child of Khan, to be honest with you. I mean, I know that. I was told that yesterday.
You see like it's like something catches in their throat a bit. And Karn is
Gone. Probably. I actually don't really know what was like specifically happened to them, but my parents did disappear.
I see.
But they were. I've been told a lot of this is new information. Actually, I found out lots of this yesterday, so I apologize for that.
I'm sorry. Karn was my sibling.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Law, child of Khan.
MFE, yes.
And Muffy, thank you. I have the names written down, but my notebook is now under my pile of dice that I just sorted, so I don't have it.
If you don't mind, I need to sit down.
Would you like time to like sit and think, or we could always chat if you open to that.
A chat would be nice, I think.
Yeah.
I guess.
This is Kashana, by the way.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Cornita.
Nice to meet you. Law, do you want to have some alone time with your family?
No, that's okay if you come. I don't really know. I'm not quite sure how to process a lot of this stuff.
Okay.
So-
I grasp his hand and I just hold it.
Thank you.
If you don't mind coming back to my place, I have some drinks. We can have some juice as we talk.
Yeah, of course. I don't think we're doing anything today. So I mean, I know we're doing some things, but I don't think they're important at this moment, so. Yeah.
So they will lead you to a nice little hut on the shore. It's like not quite on the docks, not quite reaching the grassland yet. It is kind of halfway on the sand. And yeah, they have some nice fresh fruit juice. Kind of looks almost like a smoothie, but not quite. And by that I just mean in like how you can see the like mixing of seeds and different colors together.
Very cool.
The drink is a little sour, but mostly sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's great to meet you. I guess I saw you when you were quite small. I wouldn't imagine you remembering me at all.
Unfortunately, I don't remember anything. I have a feeling that I've been here before, but that's about as far as we get. So,
Yeah, you
sorry.
were probably 2, maybe 3 years old when Karn and Mephi left.
Yeah.
I kind of had a feeling that might be the last time I saw them.
Yeah, do you know anything about what they were doing? Like I said, I was only told yesterday.
Yes.
I'm just trying to find more information on that.
Well, your parents and I participated in a game of Crash Ball or something out in Freya Noon long ago, and managed to get some information on an artifact in some ruins up north that could maybe help us get through the barrier surrounding the kingdom. They felt the need to research it further and try and go get it. From what they discovered, the artifact would use some sort of life force energy as a catalyst. And so they set out to find it and bring it back, or depending on the situation, use it to get away through the barrier.
Interesting. Yeah, that checks a lot with what Zesty.
Zestin?
Oh, thank you. Zestin was telling us. That makes a lot of sense, actually. It's where I was left.
From what I remember, their research showed it was an artifact from long ago. An old princeps staff.
That's interesting. I have a friend who's currently a princer, and we definitely looked into a lot of that stuff. We also went to the ruins. Sorry, I'm just telling you all this stuff. The people who took me in also were researchers and also were researching some very similar things. So it's just kind of an all a coincidence, you know?
Seldom things are actually coincidences.
Yeah.
I assumed that they probably were not successful, though. I did hope to see them again.
And we presumed that they were gone. They never returned, and I had to fend for myself outside for a little bit. So I would imagine that they weren't.
Yeah.
I know that we are having a memorial service for them soon. I'm sure you'll be invited. I'm sure.
Yes, yes, I will be.
Knows that. Yeah.
I guess that means I'm not getting my fork back.
What kind of fork?
It's like a tuning fork kind of thing.
I'm gonna draw in my sketchbook. Can I draw parallels tuning fork for a second?
Yeah.
Does it look like this by any chance?
Yes, that's the fork I gave them. And Kashana, you being there, that is the tuning fork that you got for Al.
No. That's what Al made me get.
Oh, interesting. Well, yeah, we used that. That really isn't such thing as coincidence. Is that weird?
Apparently not.
Yeah, they were going to use that. It can split the attunement of an item between two people, and when they heard that it would use that the artifact was going to use life energy, they were going to share it between themselves.
Cool. Yeah, that's wild.
So you've seen it then?
Yeah, by coincidence, not related to anything, unfortunately relating to them. I didn't even know it was related to them. Sorry.
Oh, no, don't be sorry. I'm glad it wasn't just lost out in the wilderness. It kind of was handed down through our family. And if it has somehow reached you, I guess it found its way back home.
Yeah, I wish I could say I have it. I don't, but we do know where it is. A random guy has it.
I'm pretty sure Velky has it.
Velky has the fork.
Velky does
Parallel
have it,
the
yes.
fork.
No, I'm the one that used it to get us back to this dimension.
Okay, never mind.
This whole time I've been like, oh my god, I have it.
I definitely didn't think that you had it. Okay, that makes everything so much better.
I am the random guy.
Yeah, this random guy. This random guy who I hang out and sleep with sometimes and chill and braids my hair. He's got it.
The way that was phrased was beautiful. Thank you. The random guy I sleep with sometimes and who braids my hair.
Yeah. My best friend has it currently.
That actually describes a character in Disco Elysium.
Good. I can go get it if you'd like. Yeah, my best friend is holding on to it because we didn't know that it was anything. I mean, we assumed it was important because it did get us. We used it. I don't know how much you know about it, but we did use it. I can show you if you'd like.
It would be nice to see it, though. I don't think I want it back.
Okay, well, we can bring it, or I can show you at the memorial if that's easier.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
So you'll eventually find this out, Mel. But on your character sheet, if you have put it in your equipment a tuning fork, you can change the name to a tuning fork.
I didn't because I wrote it in my notes section. But I can add it to my equipment. Are you telling me that's an actual item?
I can't believe you actually did something with the fork.
I love it.
I will eventually make an actual item out of it. It is the attuning fork. By using it, you are able to have two people attuned to the same item.
Okay, so it's not an item yet. Okay.
That's great. Thank you.
This is very cool.
After you gave it to us, I was just thinking about how to use it, and I love the pun of a tuning fork.
My initial thing was it was literally just a gag.
It's just a fork.
Yeah, it was just like a normal tuning fork that Al's just like, hey, this will help you.
And just so it's all out in the open, while you guys ended up in the alternate universe where Parallel Al was able to give you the attuning fork, Callie's character Kashana got sent back in time to grab it from where Lore's parents lost it.
Very cool.
Depressing.
Yeah, very depressing. That was the night when all that happened.
Mm-hmm. Cool though.
Yeah. And then Al was able to send it and charge it back up to be useful, and then gave it to you guys.
Super, super cool.
You're all so very welcome.
What a guy. What a great little dude. A little gaffer.
Mm-hmm.
Orbo. I can keep
I'm
going.
gonna say, not quite a blurbo, but he can be a blurbo.
No, not quite.
If there's
Anyways.
anything you wanted to ask Cornita, you can.
Yeah, I do. But I was working my way up to it. I do have a question specifically for you, and I don't know if anyone else is going to be able to answer it, even at all. But do you... I don't know if I want the answer, but I also feel like I should... Do you know what Han and Mephi's child's name was? Do you know
I do,
who I
yes.
used to be? Yeah.
Do you want the name or not?
I think so.
I
think
could
it would be good.
write it down for you and you could look at it later.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds
Okay.
mysterious.
They'll write down a name and it'll be folded up and given to you to look at if you ever feel like.
Okay. I won't yet, but I probably will. Thank you so much. It was fantastic to meet you.
It was great to meet you too. I hope we'll be able to talk again sometime.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'll show you the fork. Absolutely, that's easy enough to do. Please don't feel free to reach out. I don't know. I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings about my birth parents, but just because I don't know them.
Yes, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And you, Kashana.
Yes?
It was wonderful to meet you, and please look after them. They are my, I guess, last family.
Mm.
Of course. I always will. You know, you're invited for, like, family get-togethers, or we can, like, come here and visit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Can do, like, I don't know, holidays.
Yeah, now we can have a cool, like, vacation beach house here.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, we should buy property here. You know, this could be, like, we live part-time here, and then we could do other things.
Maybe.
We could rent it out when we're not here, you know. It's a good investment.
Yeah, I feel like we can't probably rent it out just because I don't think that we plan that far ahead. What if we just want to come down for the weekend?
That's fair. What if it was like, you know, like a split level, so we could like rent half of it, and then the
like
other half we could leave. That way, it's still kind of paid for itself.
Like a duplex, and then like
Yeah.
we rent out the bottom and we keep the top, and then if we ever show up, we go, "Hey guys, we're here now," and
Yeah.
we can hang out. What's the
And then we'd
thing?
be like the cool landlords.
I feel more like we could just be chill friends with them.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Mhm.
Okay. Wait, we'll look for... Is there like a newspaper? Can I start looking at property?
We buy a
You just
duplex.
have to pitch a tent.
Yeah, the free
claim the
property
spot.
is wherever there is not currently a building or farmland.
I take a stick. I put it in the ground.
Also, I don't know
I
if
love
you would
it.
rent it
Buy
too,
a
since
duplex.
everyone who knows of this place is here.
That's not the point.
They don't use money.
That's not the point either.
You're right. It's not the point.
It's the dream that matters.
Kashana wants to be a landlord. I understand. Good for her.
That
Honestly.
feels like something
Incorrect.
Kashana
I
would be
know.
into.
Just wrong. I'm just fucking her around.
That's also like inherently anti theoretical to like everything she's really done.
I know, I love it. She feels
Wants a
like a
home.
landlord, but also she feels like anti-landlord, and
Yeah.
I love it.
Listen,
She-
it's just because she loves Lore, and having a place here would make Lore happy, so...
I just like to imagine Kashana being a landlord and her tenants fucking up the house, and she's like, hell yeah, screw the man.
I graffiti with them.
Like, I know that I'm the man, but like, screw the man. You know? That's Kashana.
Yeah.
The man. I am the man.
I mean, you guys are so right. Fuck landlords. I'm horrible. Bye, guys. That's what Kashana will be like.
Pretty much. I'd be like, I'll see you in 6 months. Maybe I'll be better back then.
Give me my rent.
It's just a rock. I just want pretty rocks.
Hell yeah, trade.
Yeah.
They try to give you Onatace as a pretty rock.
I reject. I'm like, Valky!
That's my rock. Thank you. Yes, let me take.
Pick them up.
I'm sorry, I
I
left
lost
him
that.
out.
I was wondering where I put that.
Okay. Zintris. Is there anything Zintris does?
Well, I don't think I'll find a contact here.
Surprisingly, no.
Unless.
And unless for some reason there's someone who needs a lock pick, I'll probably just hang with Valky.
You telling me it's just a freelance lot picker?
I mean,
Kind
it
of.
worked as a side quest line in Judgment.
That's fair. I just love it being like, hey, do you guys need lock picking? No, okay, sorry. Hey, do you guys need to? I can pick locks.
Oh, the locksmith!
The only like underground shady part of this village is just the people who don't like music.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like underneath the palm trees, but I guess I'll take that. That's fair.
They're creative in other ways. Fuck music. No, they're into slam poetry. Fuck the man.
They actually are really into blackout poetry.
Blackout poetry is kind of for the rebellious.
Yeah.
True. Well, while Zintris decides that he's going to sit with me and follow me around, I will read a book out loud to him. Specifically, it's the book on vegetables. Or I'm gonna make him come with me to pet the chickens. He gets to choose. I either read a book for him or he pets chickens with me.
I mean, if you're going to read about vegetables, you'll have to watch him turn into one.
Ah!
Sounds like Zintris has a good day either way.
Yeah.
Zintris
So
turns
we'll go
into a
play with
daikon.
No, I'm not smart enough to be Sanku.
It was the only big white vegetable I could think of.
Rutabagas, turnips, the inside of radishes.
Anyway, chickens.
Yeah, chickens.
Roll animal handling.
Yeah.
Where is it? There it is. That would be a 19.
I got a 22.
Nice. You definitely both can pet chickens incredibly. They love you. They want you to feed them. They wanna climb you.
They're welcome to sit on my head personally.
Yeah,
I'm fine with this.
they sort of nest in your hair. You feel an egg be laid.
That's great. Fresh eggs. Lovely.
When was the last time we saw our wagon and chickens?
Oh, so long ago. So long ago.
Over a month now?
I miss my chickens.
Well over a month now.
That's okay. These chickens are pretty good. Can't take them with me, but they're pretty good chickens. Healthy.
Kind of fun to hang out. You know, you go to your friend's house and you pet their cat, and you're like, I can't take them with them, but equally good.
You say as your partner has definitely tried to take my dog.
I was gonna say, I've been to Chess's house before.
Yeah, you've tried to take.
And Chess did try and steal Teddy also, so
Yeah.
to be fair.
Everyone
to be
loves
fair.
One
Teddy.
day, I will take Murphy. She will be mine.
So what are you gonna name your chicken though? I hope that the old man you sent me with the chicken is actually how Zintris is holding the chicken. That's ideal.
The chicken will be called Cluck Jaeger.
Why?
Because that was the first chicken name I could think of.
Not even Sir Cluckington?
No. I have a game in my Steam list I need to play called Cluck Jaeger and Escape from the Planet of the Poltroid.
It's a really long name, Zintris. That's a very long name. How are you going to remember that? So, I can't legally steal this chicken, unfortunately.
You say that like we've legally stolen anything else.
I have never stolen anything before in my life, actually. Wait, have I? No. Yes? No. Depends on if you consider ancient relics. No. That's not
Hearts.
even what I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say?
You have stolen hearts.
Velky's a phantom thief confirmed.
Me
Oh, my
looking at this, oh god. I don't think I've stolen anything. You've stolen many things, I'm sure. Oh, I guess I did accidentally, and by accidentally I mean I didn't take them, but I was given them this stack of letters that were taken from Barry. Those aren't in my inventory anymore though, so that's kind of, why are they still there? What did I take? I haven't stolen anything, Zintris, ever. Not once. Not one time. What
No,
have you
you're
stolen?
just guilty by association.
Oh, you wound me.
Ah, I just accidentally airdropped myself something. Ah,
Fuck yeah.
no!
I can't be held responsible if the chicken follows me, but I will give it back.
I wasn't saying anything about taking the chicken. I was just pointing out there's nothing we can legally have stolen.
Oh. Oh. I get it now. I thought you were talking about specifically the chicken. But you're right, the legality of stealing is unfortunately illegal. Oh shit. Wonder where everybody else is. Have you pickpocketed anything recently? Yes, probably. Also, go ahead,
No,
Michael.
actually.
As you are all currently somewhat split, I can't remember how Onates got split off.
He went to go talk on the phone.
Right, yes. Onates, you finished your call with Eden and have lost track of your boyfriend.
He's clucking in the distance, it's fine.
Far off on the other side of the village, Kashana and Lore are finishing up and leaving from Kanita's little home, and you guys are playing with chickens. I would like everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
What is a giant jump rope gonna crash in from the...
We all jump rope simultaneously.
16.
4.
21.
Saving throw... Okay, look, I can't remember where the saving throw was. 5?
I have a really high dex saving throw. I don't really know why.
And Onates?
Sorry, I just got back from the bathroom.
Dex saving throw.
Saving throw.
Oh, I wasn't sure if I had to make that too.
Everyone.
We're all jumping rope at the same time.
Yeah.
Very, very high. 21.
Okay. So everyone, for the most part, is fine. Kashana and Velki fall to the ground as the earth begins to shake, and you look and see up the smoke from the volcano has turned a dark black color as it begins to erupt.
Right off. Absolutely not. Okay, well, I collect as many chickens as I can while I'm on the ground.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break because Teddy needs to go outside.
Damn. Guess I can go get a croissant.
I could have waited.
So, what began as a wonderful tropical day, suddenly the skies are dark with ash and soot falling down, and you can already see as the volcano erupts giant balls of fire falling down onto the mountain and their forests below, as lava then begins to trickle down towards the village. What do you do?
Well, I said I
can we do, Michael?
as many chickens as possible, but I think instead I'll just throw them over the fence. they can save themselves. First, I'll turn to Zintris. Zin, help me out.
Gather
Help me
all
up.
the chickens.
Just help. Okay, I'll get up
pick up-
myself.
I pick up Elkie.
Now, get as many people as you can. Get them, to the water. Whatever we can do.
And
Open all of the animal gates. Every single one you see.
and I
Or
also start
We go
corralling
meet it
people.
at the edge of town.
Yeah, we just need to get as close to the water as possible, I'm sure everybody else will think the same thing. We just need to get as many people out as we can.
What are the other people doing? Like,
Freaking
everybody-
out.
freaking out? Okay, cool. But like, I'm like, if they live here, would they know to go to the water and stuff like that?
I mean, some might.
I mean, like, if you live in Hawaii, you're like, I need to know how to like deal with a situation, right? Certain islands of Hawaii, not all
You
of them.
would think. Nobody's ever actually prepared for a volcano, unfortunately.
Oh no, absolutely not. But I'm just saying, like, there's got to be like at least a protocol in place, whether it works or not. Debatable, but
Generally speaking, you could assume that a place that would have record of volcano eruption would probably know how to handle when a volcano erupts. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Let me proceed. And
How much?
10.
You
I don't perceive much. I know.
no, you don't perceive much. You definitely see people running.
Can I help with
Yeah, give advantage or do your own perception check.
Jer, what is your perception like?
Ugh, not great. It's only a 3.
Only a 3. Every fucking time somebody says it's only, but it's more than 0 or 1. It's so funny to me.
I don't have any. I don't have a single bad thing. Okay, you have to remember.
Yeah, but Kashana does.
My
that's
perception
true.
is crap, so take the advantage.
Okay, I'm like, my lowest one is a 1.
Yeah, that's still pretty high. It's higher than... I have many zeros.
22.
With the 22, you can definitely perceive that these people don't know what to do.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know what to do.
Is there like so they're just panicking.
Yep, they're panicking.
Why is Teddy outside the dog bed? Anyway, can I kind of like look at kind of like how because I'm not familiar with the landscape here.
Yeah.
Is it kind of because it's an island, right?
It is a fairly big island. There's a number of mountains with one clear volcano in the middle that is now erupting. It starts off as like the rocky terrain and then comes down into forests and then into like some plains.
Do I know of any other volcanic eruptions throughout history, and how those may have been kind of like evacuation plans of any sort, in past history, not in this place specifically, but in other places?
Yeah, give me a history check.
Okay, well, I'm at least half decent at that. I say I'm proficient. That's a 16.
16. Yeah, from having grown up in the province of history and magic, you definitely know that when there have been eruptions, there hasn't been a ton of eruptions on habited places. There aren't any active volcanoes on the mainland, but there have been recordings of some civilizations on other islands throughout the kingdom that have had volcanoes, and from them, the best course of action, there's a number of ways to handle water. Getting out into the water is fantastic. As the lava will reach the water, it'll rapidly cool, so if you're far enough out away, you don't really have to worry too much. A big issue you need to be careful of is breathing in the ash. Another thing is that lava flows like water. It's going to take the path of least resistance. So you could probably, if the lava isn't coming down from every angle, find safety in the spots that it's not flowing. The other thing that can be done is, with enough effort, time, or magic, you can slow and redirect the lava flow.
Do we have talkie rocks? Do we have our cell phones?
Yes. I don't remember who had some. I should have one, though.
Okay,
I believe I have one.
I'm gonna tell Lore to get a hold of Onates and find where because is it already lava's coming down, or is it just the eruption has started?
The eruption has started. Lava is starting to come down. You're not quite sure yet where it's going to start pooling towards. But it is still very threatening to look up and see the red come over the edge and start falling.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Lore to just tell the others to start directing people towards any boats to get them out into the water and to start evacuating the island. And for Onates, if he has anything that could possibly redirect the lava, mold earth or something like that, to where he can maybe make a canal to direct it in one direction in specific spots. And that's what I'll just kind of pass along, and then I'll just start helping people get up and start evacuating them, telling them cover your mouth, make your way towards the water, find boats, help others.
Okay. So yeah, let's get... Who's going to start directing people? You said you were Kashana.
And I can also...
That a while ago also, so yes.
And Onates was... Everyone, basically everyone, give me a... what's a good role for that? Not performance.
Helping hand.
Yeah. I guess just charisma? Just straight charisma, maybe persuasion. Persuasion's a good one.
Well, 0 for me either way, so.
Persuasion? Wait, can I do persuasions allowed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can do persuasion or just a straight charisma roll? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
14.
17.
24.
Yeah, 27.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
Well, unfortunately, that is my worst stat,
Yeah.
so... fucking 7?
You're persuading the chickens.
Yeah. Velki is first and foremost trying to make sure all the livestock are able to get free and not meet a horrible fate.
Sure, let's go with that.
The rest of you start directing people and do a good job of corralling them to at least the starting of safe points, getting to boats. There's not enough boats for everyone on the island. But you will be able to get quite a few to safety by that means. And for the rest, at least getting to higher points that you could see lava coming if it's not already going to be a safe spot. I would like everybody to make a dex save as fireballs start raining down.
Michael, I can't believe this is what we're doing today. Michael,
Yeah?
we just got here, Michael.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
15.
I got a
10.
9.
I mean, technically a 4.
Technically a 4.
Yeah, it's that one.
Oh. Who all got below a 12?
Everybody?
No, I had 15.
Okay, not Kashana. Me?
Everyone below a 12 gets... Oh, that's really... Is that a 9 or a 6?
We pressed our long rest button at the beginning of the game, right? Because we went to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't do that.
Oh, that's a 6. Okay. 7 fire damage.
Oh, cool. So not
And
bad.
10 bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to get the good and then the bad, and then we can get back to the good.
I don't. On this decimated island, yes, good.
It won't be decimated.
Okay. I'm just going to point to Pompeii and Herculaneum as examples.
Yeah, we're not getting a Pompeii situation here. So people are starting to get set to safety. What is your next move, everybody? Would we like to roll initiative?
What am I fighting? Fucking Earth?
You would be fighting, basically setting up what you want to do to mitigate damage or just get as much to safety as possible, redirecting the lava flow or whatever it is you want to do. If you want to just get on a boat and get out in the water, you could do that.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I mean, sure, if we need to roll initiative, why not?
I'll roll initiative.
I don't feel like we need initiative, but sure.
Roll initiative.
Rolling, 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 rolling.
Oh, good.
I was-
Initiative is doubled.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And it's funny because the one that was already in there for me is the right one.
Oh.
Whoa.
It is you
Please-
versus
please let me type
the
something.
volcano.
Oh, hey, it's my spirit. It's on a log.
On a log.
Okay. I will state that it has 5 hit points, kind of. So there's going to be, every round, you're going to all be making checks. And as long as the majority pass the threshold, you take a damage off to mitigate this. You're
Okay.
fighting a mountain.
Alright, roll to fight mountain.
Is Charnabog emerging then?
Yes.
Charnabog?
I know Chernabog. I don't know Charnabog, but I'm just assuming that they're the same
Probably
person.
mispronounced, but yeah.
We're the Russian god.
No, this dude.
Oh.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Fantasia.
Never saw it.
Well,
Oh.
That was a fight in Kingdom Hearts, yeah. I remember him in
yeah,
Kingdom
okay,
Hearts.
That's fair, but I'm thinking of the actual like Slavic deity.
Yeah, that's my mind first.
I was very confused what you were talking about. I was like, what the fuck?
So, Anates, you're up first.
I have 2 ideas.
Okay.
I can't do the first one because I don't have the spell prepared. But apparently Lore has it.
What?
So
Probably Skyrite.
yes. I'm gonna convey to Lore if they can cast Skyrite and put Voshin's symbol into the air. So we can get help from Waterman.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was like, why Roshan can't help us? I didn't consider that. I didn't
the god
consider
can't,
it.
but my brother who's made of water can.
Well, you're in luck. I was gonna use Skyrite. I did not think of it that way, but yes.
And then I'm, being the much less powerful little brother, I'm going to kind of I guess at the like start of the village to try to preserve as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to kind of take a breath and go, I mean, if he can do it, so can I, right? Hold my hands out, and I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna mold earth.
Mold Earth, okay, give me, since that's, what kind of check is that usually?
It isn't normally.
Okay.
Because it's a cantrip and it can only affect like a 5-foot square.
Okay, give me an Arcana check.
I learned from watching him.
I learned it from you.
13.
Okay, 13. So the earth begins to mold up around to create a bit of a berm, and it's going to take, you could focus on this the whole time if you like, or get to key locations. Either way, you've got a decent berm going in this one location right now.
Okay.
So then next would be Velky with Kashana on deck.
Okay. I also kind of have 2 ideas. But I don't know which one would be better. I think I do actually. Okay. I will get as close as I can to wherever I can find like a conglomeration of people that might be taking a little bit like they're scared or something. I will cast Calm Emotions.
Okay.
So each humanoid within a 20-foot radius sphere, centered on a point that I can choose, essentially can make a charisma throw or choose to fail it. And I can suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened.
Okay. They don't know what's happening, so they can't willingly just fail.
Fair enough. They have to make a charisma 15 saving throw.
So I will roll it. That is a 6. So everybody within the area that you can see is washed with a calmness that is not befitting of the situation, but are able to get their bearings to stand from their hiding positions or calm down from running frantically.
Okay, so this lasts up to a minute. Also, it's concentration, so I'll spend that time trying to usher these people to safety.
Okay. They failed the check. You managed to do that. Kashana with Zin up.
What are the chances I can counterspell a mountain?
Depends on if it's a spell or not, I guess.
I don't think you can counterspell a mountain, especially since it is much out of your range.
That's not true. I can get closer.
But yeah, you can't counterspell.
Well,
a lot of your other stuff is ice-based, though.
Yeah, but it's not. I guess like I can just keep frostbiting at it. Cause the thing is, I don't want to shatter. That sounds like a bad plan. I thought of using Arms of Oedicus, but like they just flail around willy-nilly and do what they like. I can't promise they're gonna be actual arms doing anything productive.
Well, that's like the area around you, right?
For that one, yeah, it's around myself and it's 10 feet around me in a radius.
You'd have to get pretty close to the lava, but you would probably be able to start controlling or even cooling specific spots so it stops
Just
flooding.
pat it. I'm gonna frostbite it because then it's a range of 60 feet.
Okay, so you start climbing up into the mountain to start firing frostbite.
Well, I'll Misty Step. Cause like, how far is it?
You're still at the beginnings of it, so it's just going down the rocks now. Hasn't reached the forest yet.
Could I instead then like do my Eldritch Blast? Because I get 2 of those. And could I just start making like a trench?
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
it to kind of like help direct it?
Yeah, roll your attack.
Okay. That's probably a better idea. 22.
Oh, hell yeah. Whoops. So between your trench and Ontase's berm, it's starting to get a pretty decent defense going on here. You fire a line into the ground to start digging up space for the lava to pool.
Okay. That's what I'll do then.
Okay. Zentris with lore on deck.
This is where it sucks being the non-magical party member. Not really a whole lot I can do.
Get the animals. Get them.
Be creative. You have weapons. There's a forest. You could do
yes,
many.
let me just shoot the lava.
Hey man, you could swing from the treetops like George of the Jungle and yell, "Be gone, thought," at the lava, and what's it gonna do? Say no?
Yeah.
It can't. Lava can't speak.
Its actions say no by burning everything in its path.
You can knock down trees, make intentional rock slides. You can find sources of water to direct. You
Get
could
buckets.
create your own controlled fire to counteract what will soon be its own fire.
Don't do that one.
Did you just suggest he fight fire with fire?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, no. Funny, haha, Michael. Shut the fuck up.
You're giving bad advice.
Michael, no.
My advice was no better, honestly, though, like, to be fair.
Oh no, it was good.
As far as,
Lit.
like, felling trees, I have no strength, so that would take forever.
You can give it a try, who knows. Fuck it up. Fuck them up. Get their ass.
Get there.
I could start digging a trench.
Why not?
Yeah, you could help Kashana with her trench.
Yeah, I might as
Kashana
well
near
do
us?
that. I will pull out a shovel.
Anyway, so from an article, counterfires can be lit in a so-called controlled prescribed burn to starve a fire of the fuel it needs to spread.
Yeah, that would work if it wasn't a volcano.
This is a volcano, though.
That's multiple fires. And in some cases, not even fire. Unless this is specifically from an article of how to stop a volcano.
It was not how to stop a volcano. I was just making sure I was not bullshitting the idea of using a fire to fight a fire.
No, we mostly just like to bully you, to be completely real with you.
Like, you're not wrong, but also in this situation, are you right? I don't know. Let me look at it. I'll Google it. Don't worry about it. You keep going.
Okay. Yeah, Zin, give me athletics.
That would be a 5.
Okay. Unfortunately, the ground here is a little rough. It's not that you aren't able to dig, it's just clearly not going to be fast enough.
My noodle arms!
The spot you get is great, but you can already tell that this is not going to go as quickly as you wished. Okay. And then lore.
How far away is this?
It is still up the mountain. It is quite a ways away yet.
Okay, but like, if you were to give me a distance, how far away would it be?
Like 1,000 feet?
How many miles? Yeah, miles. How many
Zin,
miles?
how many miles is a mountain usually away?
Why are you asking me?
Because you know
Also,
miles.
why did you phrase it like that? How many mountains is a mile away?
My mountains are only measured in how many miles away they are.
Yeah.
I love
Depends
this.
on where you're starting from.
True. Are you asking the typical height of a mountain in miles?
No, I'm mostly just like, I don't know miles.
Neither do I, but that's what D&D Beyond.
Miles to
opinions in,
feet.
so.
Okay.
I mean, you say that like I understand it any better with the fact I live with them.
Okay, so 1
Okay,
mile.
if this helps, Mount Everest is 5.5 miles high.
Okay, well, it's definitely not Mount Everest, so it's probably closer to 1 mile high, which is 5,000 feet.
Okay, but how many away? It's a mile away? From us.
Are you asking about the tip of the mountain or the base of the mountain?
To where the lava starts.
The inner chamber.
The lava, I'm going to say, is currently 4,000 feet away, which is less than 1 mile.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to use a spell that I've never used. I'm going to hear what Anate says. I'm going to be like, ah, yes. Then I'm going to be like, next time. I am going to use Control Weather, because I've never used Control Weather.
Oh, okay.
And I have to be 5 miles. My radius is 5 miles.
I understand now why they would switch to miles instead of feet.
Yeah. Why would I know miles? I don't even know feet very well. I tried to measure a thing for Allie earlier today, and I said it's approximately the height of 2 microwaves stacked, which is not apparently a helpful thing to put on Facebook Marketplace. Anyways, so it's okay. I gotta roll. What do I have to roll? This says it takes 1d4 times 10 minutes for the new condition to take effect. Once they do so, you can change weather conditions again. It is concentration, so that's very fun.
Okay.
I think I just roll. I don't know, because I have to roll for precipitation, temperature, and wind.
Okay, let me pull this
but
one up since it sounds pretty.
Yeah, it's way more intense. This is why I've never used it before,
Controller.
because it's extreme. It's my 8th level spell that I have because of my lore's fancy lad violin. That is what this weapon is called. Is my fancy lad lore. Yep, that's what I said.
Okay.
I'm assuming I just roll, I don't know, I guess a d6 for them?
I mean, there's not 6 options. I think you can just purposefully choose which it is. When you cast a spell, you change the current weather conditions based on the climate and season. You can change precipitation, temperature, and wind.
Okay.
Yeah, you can change the conditions.
That's odd. Okay, well, I want strong
I think
wind.
the idea is I first tell you what it's currently at, and then you're able to change from there.
Okay, well, I want strong winds in the direction of the volcano with cold rain.
Okay. So give me 1d4. Two.
Yep.
So in 20 minutes, that's going to take effect.
Okay.
And I want you to just give me an Arcana check.
Arcana check. 10.
10. Okay. You guys are doing good.
Okay, very cool.
All right.
That is what I do. That's my turn. That's all I can do.
All right.
Unless anybody wants inspiration.
And time here is abstracted a bit, obviously, since it's not like every 6 seconds. Basically, after the next round, you will have that wind and rain coming in. Would anyone want inspiration?
Are we near each other?
You can be, as you're running
Like,
around.
This whole time I kind of thought that we were on different parts of the island because we weren't together.
Yeah, that was where it was beginning. But if you want to take the time to get close to each other, you can.
And I thought we're slowly like coming together. Haven't reached each other yet, but we were coming within the vicinity.
It would make sense if we were. I just wanted to check.
No, you're all good. It's a great question.
Pretty sure none of us left the village.
Yeah, you basically all could probably see each other from where you are.
Okay, I'm confused, and I know exactly where I'm confused. Earlier you said on the other opposite side of the village, which made my brain think that we were very far apart. That was like
fair.
way at the beginning. And I think that's where my brain kind of assumed we were very far apart from each other. So we're not that far away. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Good to know. I'll reassess my brain juice.
Yeah, so if anyone wants inspiration, you can take it from Lore. Rip it.
Lore should take his own inspiration, but Zin might be able to use it. Who do you want to give it to?
I'll give Zin some inspiration. He looks like he needs it.
There you go,
I see him digging a trench, and I go, ugh.
Disgusting.
All right, none of you got close enough to the lava to get the bad damage, so everyone take another dex save as more fire rains down.
I set fire to the
17.
9.
14.
13.
Okay, so that was Zentris and Lore with 9.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops. When you're just trying to pick up dice and they run away from you.
Yeah, me absolutely eating my dice the other day.
Okay, that is 7 fire damage and 5 bludgeoning.
Yucky.
7 fire and what bludgeoning?
5.
5. Okay.
Would it be funny if Lord died on the Changeling Island? Like, would that be funny or
Oh,
what?
that'd be hilarious.
No,
They're
not
already
that
setting
bad,
up a
but-
memorial.
Let's just mourn the loss of this entire family.
Kenita's still there.
That's funny. Well,
I guess
Is
we'll
she
see.
though?
we'll see.
Sorry, are they though? My apologies.
We will see. Onates. What would Rockman like to do?
Yo,
I think
Rockman.
just keep doing what I've been doing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep.
Building the berm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep trying to keep this shit out of the village.
Okay, give me another Arcana.
Uh, 16.
Nice. Velky.
I will also repeat. As I'm moving through the village, I will cast it again. Just anybody within my vicinity that's pooping themselves, I'll start making my way towards where I think Onates is, and Lore, who I assume is very close by.
Okay. One thing I forgot to say on the volcano's turn is that the lava has reached the forest, so now fires are beginning. But that is a...
Not much I can physically do about fire, unfortunately.
Yeah. That was a 15 save.
Yep.
Natural 1. As the fires begin, people are not even focusing even more on protecting themselves from a spell, and just suddenly people are like pretty chill about things. Like, oh, this ain't so bad actually. Fire rains down beside them.
No, they're allowed to be panicked. They're just not frightened.
Yeah.
Right? I'm trying to make them feel, specifically, if you'd like me to specify, I'm trying to help them think more clearly about don't waste your time trying to protect your homes. We can rebuild them. Make sure you get anything out that is living. You know?
Children, especially.
Yep. Don't forget your children. If you have a bird, make sure its cage is open so it can fly away.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll just, just keep it safe. We can make things work. Just get as far away from the lava as possible. When the lava stops flowing, that's when we fight the fire. No point in fighting the fire now.
Okay. So that all worked. You got people out. Whoops.
I'm gonna Moses. No, I'm not. That's not what I was trying to say. I was gonna say I'm gonna lead these people to water, but my brain was like, I'm a Moses.
I'm gonna Moses.
Part the seas.
Part
That was
the
not
sea.
correct.
How is this Moses? I'm doing a Moses!
I simply cannot speak.
That's what Moses said when he parted the water.
Yeah. How is this Moses? I'm doing a Moses.
Yeah, it's weird that he already knew what a Moses was, but
Goddamn.
That's how
God
slang
told- God told
becomes.
them.
You just say it, you know? He was like, this shit can be dope. Watch this.
It's true.
God was like, yo, bro, we're gonna call this the Moses.
People are gonna love it. People are gonna misspeak for centuries when they're trying to lead people to water.
okay.
Hard shit.
Kashana.
I can. Okay. I'm going to first see that my poor boy has been fucking being pelted by fire rocks. And we'll use my healing light. I'll use. You haven't taken too much damage, right?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, I'll just use like 2 of them to top them up. Oh,
Like, no,
you get 9 HP back.
Oh heck yeah! I'm like, no, I'm fine. I've gotten hit twice now, and it's just at the point where if I get hit maybe 2 more times, I will probably die.
I have a larger pool now, and it's just a bonus action to use that, so I figured that's fine.
Yep.
Very nice.
So then I topped that back up, and then I will. So, how's this lava doing? Are people good? Do people need help? What is the biggest issue right now?
You guys have been doing a pretty good job of corralling people to safety, and now that it has started to reach the forests, it's easy to at least tell where the lava is going to start flowing.
Okay, so is it like going to be flowing one central point, or is it still kind of like, is there like multiple points?
Currently, it went from looking like it was going to go everywhere to now it looks like it's probably going to head into 3 directions.
Does it look like we could maybe make it into 1 if we kept pelting at it?
Possibly, if the dice allow it.
Okay. I want to find the best possible point to get it all to flow into one spot, and I want that spot to be like a narrow enough passage. Like, kind of like, so it kind of like starts to taper, if that makes sense.
Sure.
If
you're...
my reign's gonna be in 20 minutes.
That'll help. That'll help with what I'm thinking I would maybe do, but that we'll see.
The rain's coming in after this entire set, so yeah, Kashana, give either a nature or a survival check to find the best position.
Michael, I suck at both of... Well, no, nature's better. That's a dirty 20.
Hell yeah. Not even a question. You're watching the lava flows and not even at all being obscured by the fires that are being started. You can calculate the best spot to start directing more trenches and canals and berms to redirect, basically forcing the lava into directions. It'll take time to do so, but you now know where it is.
Am I able to keep using like Eldritch Blast to do that while also letting like the others know like where to start hitting more to try and redirect it?
Yeah, with that dirty 20 you obviously can communicate through the rocks.
Yeah.
And have started setting up one of the directions of these 3 lava flows.
Okay, then yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll Eldritch Blast it and then let the others know.
Okay. Zintris.
Yep.
As you are digging this trench and seeing as things develop, you hear a child scream out. You follow the voice, and it is a child trapped in a burning building.
More.
Okay. How are they trapped? Is like collapsed entrance or
entrance collapsed, lot of smoke obscuring vision, and obviously these are wooden buildings, so fire not great.
Okay. Can I see the child?
You can't see, but you can hear, and getting away from the entrance, there isn't a window, but you find a spot what seems pretty close to where the child is on the outside of the wall.
Okay. What do I have in my bag? Well, first thing I'm going to do is take the bandana I haven't worn in months and wrap it around my face for a bit of smoke protection.
Good job, good job.
Then I will attempt to get to this child.
Okay. Give me survival.
It's like chuck my dice around now. That would be a 5.
Okay.
Or
Keep in mind this is all like a pooled roll to battle this situation. So I mean 1-5 isn't bad.
just Nor. Nor clear.
You're going to take some more damage on this, but you are going to get the child.
Okay.
So it's going to be 3d10 fire.
Yikes.
You've been doing good so far on the 2d10 fire plus 1d10 bludgeoning. Okay, so I rolled a lot better this time.
Yeah.
20 damage. 20 fire damage.
Ow.
But are you down?
No.
Oh, that's good.
yet.
Okay. No, that's good. That's good. I'm glad.
Okay.
That would suck.
You took a lot of damage because as you were getting the child out, some more of the roof collapsed and you used the only thing you could, your body, to stop the child from getting hurt.
Okay.
Is that something Zin cares about?
So
I hope so.
So then, 2 things. One, from where I am, can I see the outside?
At this point, yes. As more parts collapse.
Okay. Second thing was, I can't remember what we established for this. Can I face step with someone?
Not normally, because it's just Misty Step.
Not normally, but I'll let you do another Arcana check to force this spell to do something it doesn't normally do. Such as when we had Kashana make a shatter that was silent.
Okay.
Or draw a picture in the sky.
Or I assume what Anantes is currently doing.
Thank you, Dice
Yeah, we just do
Gods.
it all the time,
Dirty
actually.
20.
Dirty 20. That doesn't get added to the pool for this round, but you do get the child out of there. I love when things come together.
For the day.
And finally, lore.
Okay, now I will do the skywrite and try to summon Anantes' brother.
Okay. Skywrite just happens. Give me a persuasion. Because here's the... Oh, no, this is going to be Arcana. Because here's the problem. You are currently within a bubble of illusion to make it look like there's nothing here.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what you're going to need to do is boost enough magic into this skywrite to make it visible even through that. So give me
Okay.
Arcana.
Big money, big money, big money.
Big money.
Big money!
No.
Arr.
Big money 9.
Big money. The biggest of money. Fat stacks.
Wow,
Actually, that
that
doesn't feel
average
right.
turned out to be the exact same. Unfortunately, you are not able to get enough power into that for Flotsam to see it far off through the veil.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No.
But that was a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
You guys are doing good, though.
Look, when we need to fight lava, I'm like, Earth Boy is gonna help, but I'd like to have Water Boy.
If only you had Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh, we do. If you think about it, Anates can turn into a shark, and Velki is practically immune to fire. That's
So
right.
you can be Lava Girl, I'll be Shark Boy. I'll dream a dream.
Yep.
Dream, go away.
Dream.
That certainly was a movie.
It was a choice to make, like, 16-year-old Taylor Lautner rap.
Listen, I loved that movie as a kid.
Forgot about that, actually.
Hey, he
It's
doesn't
right-
want to, like, dream rap.
That movie's right in there with like Spy Kids and stuff.
I think Spy Kids is much better.
Oh, significantly.
Well,
I mean,
you keep forgetting that they're different things.
They're made by the same people, and I think
that explains it.
are in the same universe.
They're made by the same guy. Shark Boy and Lava Girl was specifically made with ideas from his kid.
That
That makes
checks.
sense, actually.
From his kid named Racer.
I also know it
Cousin named
canonically
Grayson. God
takes
damn it.
place in the same universe as Machete. And that their
I
uncle
love
is
that.
the actual
Well, Machete-
same person from those movies.
Absolutely incredible. That is one of my favorite facts. That
Wait-
truly is one of
Wait,
my
Mel,
favorite facts.
Mel, did you think I said Grayson?
No, I literally have a cousin named Rayson.
Oh, I said Racer.
I know, it's so close.
Okay,
It's so
okay,
close. It's so
okay.
close that it gave me, like, mental damage. I got psychic
Yeah.
damage.
Yes,
Mel's
like
cousin
a damn
Raisin.
Racer.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, he's an infant. He won't know. He'll never know. It's fine.
Kashana, you have gotten up pretty close to start building these trenches, so the water is, or the water,
the water?
the lava is coming
Oh, it's
in.
water now. I see. Okay.
Pretty hot.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you're saying it's like directed now?
You with your previous role, you have started to direct this one, but it is now very close to you. So you are on its turn just automatically taking damage.
Okay.
So you're going to take 18 fire damage, which is technically more like at this point just residual heat from the lava. And everyone else, I need to make your dexterity saving throws.
God, I can't. Dexterity to die. 5 total.
19.
19 as well.
Whoa. Weird that it happened twice.
And Onates?
Next Dave?
Yeah.
Huh? 9.
We die.
Onates and Velki get hit.
I hope the people around me take this as a good show.
That's a 9. 17 fire damage and 2 bludgeoning.
Okay. What's 17 halved? Where's my calculator?
9.
Oh, damn, look at you go.
8 because it's always rounded down.
Sick.
But you just about got this thing taken care of. The lava is starting to be directed, so what was once 3 is now 2, coming down with the 2 heading towards the middle of the town.
How did you get in there?
Which also technically still now has a bit of a berm and some trenches going around, so damage will probably be mitigated quite a bit. And as we go around into this next bit, Onates, you're up.
I keep Earth.
Keep Earth.
Just
You are the
trying to-
Melon Lord.
I'm just gonna keep doing the rocks and
Okay.
hoping I do the rock better.
Arcana. Roll it.
Just like, come on. I mean, it's that or I start going to save people, but I think this is saving people better. And nobody else can do this. $17.
Ooh, very good. The berm is getting wider and bigger, and now that you can see where the lava is going to start flowing, you can focus more on that section and getting in a good deterrent. Velki.
I'm waiting to get a low roll so I can say On and Taste does an entire interpretive dance and only moves 1 pebble.
Yeah.
Stop it. No. Nar. How close am I to the water at this point? Have I directed a whole like as many people as I can?
Yeah, you've directed as many people as you can. You're basically at the shore with a big group in tow.
Okay. Then I will cast Beacon of Hope.
Okay.
So it's a spell that bestows hope and vitality. Any number of creatures within a 30-foot range for the duration of this spell have advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws, which is the important part, and regain the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing that they receive during this time.
That's fantastic.
So I'm just going to make a little bubble for all these people.
Yeah. And that's not really any sort of save or anything.
No, it just happens.
Give me a religion or arcana check.
Okay. Where is any of that? Oh, there it is. Okay. 17 for religion.
Okay. And I should say now, Lore, your storm has begun.
Very cool.
And it is basically holding back the fires as the torrential downpour puts them out as they're being made.
Very cool.
So you have mitigated what could have been a very large forest fire.
Yay.
Fuck yeah.
And the wind is helping blow away some of the ash.
Oh, sick. Awesome. Good. Nice.
So Velky, you did a fantastic job there. Kashana.
Okay. So how many streams of lava we got going now?
There's two. There's the one you've directed into another to make one bigger one, but more controlled. And you have the other one that is still going a little wild, but you already know if you want to direct that one to make one, how to do so.
Is anyone else like working on that one though?
No, it has just been you. You can see down the way that Onates is doing a pretty decent job of getting ready for when the lava hits the border of the village.
Okay. How wide is this like bigger stream that I've made? Like,
ooh, when the two collide, it's probably like 30 to 50 feet wide.
fuck. Okay. If I add the third one,
It'd probably get up to 80.
okay. Is it like, so where is it on this like mountain? Like it's heading towards town now?
Yeah, it's heading towards town. It's probably halfway through the forest.
Okay. If it hits town, is it going to start to like do it like directing even more narrow, or is it kind of going to like just wipe shit out?
Well, with Onates' berms, it's going to probably hold back a bit, and if he keeps rolling as good as he has been, it'll probably go wide but minimal. So it won't go as deep into the town as it first needs to overflow the berm.
Okay. How far away am I from the other stream? The second one?
I would say distance is relative, probably 200 feet from the location you need to be.
Okay. I'll move closer, and then what I'll do... That's only 60 feet. I'll just keep Eldritch blasting the second one to get it redirected into that big one that I'm making.
Okay.
Can Can I like kind of try and either make it more narrow?
Sure. Give me your attack, but with disadvantage.
Okay. Math is hard. 18.
Ooh. You guys are rocking this one. Yeah, so you managed to cull the lava into a more narrow stream so it'll not go as widespread onto the town. And now the three have become one, which is a much less imposing threat, though is still a threat because it's still lava.
Okay. How wide is it right now?
What would have been 80, you've managed to kind of direct more into staying 50.
Okay. I can make that work. For my last little bit, can I just start making my way towards like the front of it?
Yep.
Okay. Then that's it.
Okay. Zintris,
Yep.
you've got a child.
Uh-huh.
You are out of the collapsed building. You see how the situation in the town currently is. What do you do?
I guess I just kind of try to help around town. I'm not going to be much help with the lava.
Sure. Then give me just a persuasion check to help people.
I think I'll add that inspiration I got a while ago to that.
Okay, add a d8.
D8. Oh, that makes it much better. 14 total.
Nice. So you see some people have taken to building up barriers behind the berm with whatever they can that is the minimal metal, but even a giant blockade of wood could help a little bit to hold anything to slow it down. So you're able to help them get that sorted after dropping off the child with someone taking them to the water. Which brings us down to lore.
Can I just look around and see if anybody, like, I know Valky's got a pretty good comm on everybody, but, like, is there anybody that I can see who needs assistance?
Yeah, there are definitely people who have, like, fallen or gotten injured along the way or hit with fire that definitely could use assistance in some form or another.
Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna help start, like, picking people up, I guess, and, like, trying to, like, direct them towards, like, the rest of the groups that are, like, gonna file into the water and stuff.
Okay. Give me either persuasion or survival.
Persuasion, baby! Math is horrible. 25.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm never. If you say take persuasion or something else, unless it's performance, I am never taking anything other than persuasion.
After some time now, the lava from the volcano seems to have slowed down. The flow at the top has started to cool with the wind and the rain. And now you just have to deal with what's coming at you and is in much more controlled space. There's one last bit of fire coming down. Everyone give me your dex save.
18.
22.
19.
17.
And Velky?
Velky is muted right now.
Velky is muted. Okay. So we can get to what happens with Velki in a minute. But essentially, you guys are on your final, last hurrah here. You have culled this into probably the most controlled it could possibly be. As it is moving down, Kashana, you are racing it to the bottom. On a taste, you can now see the lavas within like 60 feet here. What is your final attack?
I'm here. Hello.
Oh, give me your dex save.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I felt bad because I couldn't answer, but I could hear things, and I was like, I can't say anything. I was talking to my dad.
You're all good.
7? I can't dex save today. It's not happening.
I was really hoping the final one was everyone's dodged.
I am a barrier. It's fine.
18.
Is that?
Oh, sorry.
the fire?
9 fire,
Maybe that's
9 bludgeoning.
Okay, so
So 4 fire, 9 bludgeoning.
sick. I'm like almost at half health. Awesome.
Yeah, you guys have done a pretty decent job, and I've rolled very bad. So as I was saying, Onates, the lava's 60 feet from you. It's your last thing here. What do you do?
Probably like just. I mean, what I'm doing is working.
Okay, give me Arcana.
Just keep going. Okay.
Your
Okay.
knuckle? Was it your knuckle? Bro, you gotta pad your knuckle.
It was my non-existent knuckle. Yes.
Bruh.
Sorry. 16.
Okay. You managed to mold this earth to start doming the other way, so that when the lava comes in, it'll maybe flow back instead. There's a lot of lava, so it'll probably eventually overflow, but you've done a fantastic job to cull this area into a protective zone.
Oh yeah, I have.
Velki.
Yeah. I'm gonna start the process of healing people because it looks like my friends have got the rap on this stuff. So I'll be using that time to give everybody that I can the max health possible.
Okay. Which your beacon of hope. Absolutely.
Helping,
Yeah, I don't think you even need to roll. Everyone here is better than they were this morning.
I might have to because it is technically a concentration spell.
Sure, roll a concentration check.
Okay. I know this technically you can't do that. You can't do 2 spells, but this is a special special thing. So if I can break it, yeah. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, just make your concentration check.
Con check. I have advantage, but that's when I take damage, which technically I should have done anyway. 17 plus 4.
Very good. You managed to hold on to your spell and start healing everyone up around you.
Sick.
Kashana, you're at the front of the lava. You see Onate's berm there ahead of you. What do you do?
Okay. So it's narrowing down, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Once I feel like it's getting narrow enough, I'm going to use Hunger of Oedicus to make a 20-foot sphere, like on the edge, so that like it starts to cool, hopefully, because that's ice damage. That's cold damage.
Yep.
Like at least that 20-foot radius, so hopefully it either slows it or starts to build like kind of maybe like even more of a taper.
Sure.
But then once it reaches me, I'm going to well, I guess I'm putting my foot in it. I'm gonna touch it. And I encase myself in Tomb of Oedicus.
Okay. So you do manage to start slowing it down, and on my interaction with lava here, there is submerged a hand or foot in lava, or submerged an arm or leg in lava.
It will do damage, yeah.
Yeah. Would you consider yourself submerging a hand or an arm?
I was just putting my little baby toe into it.
Okay, so your foot. That is straight 3d10 fire damage. Man, rolling low. 12.
Okay, that's fine. So I encase myself in ice. I don't know how, like if that's just, like, a small thing. I don't know how big that is. It doesn't say.
I think it would take up the whole 5-foot space you're in.
Okay, that's good enough for me, as long as it starts cooling, because I'm encased in ice. And I get 80 temporary HP. I cannot move, but I pretty much am just covered in ice.
But between your spell and that, you managed to direct and slow down the lava even more. Okay. So, Zintris.
Uh-huh.
What else would you like to do? At this point, it's pretty well taken care of. Now might be a good chance to pull Onates or Lore away.
Do what exactly?
I don't know. It's up to you. It's a story adventure.
I don't know. I'll probably just help Bore around town.
Okay. I'll let you do a survival on that. I should have let you before.
19.
Hell yeah. The town seems pretty well barricaded now. There is with how much it has been directed so specifically, people know now where to move all of their barricades to keep damage to a minimum, and you help manage to get that set up smoothly.
Yay.
Lore. What would you like to do?
Gonna still keep helping people. I don't have any other ideas for the fire, so hopefully it's gonna go down. I just want to help people. Maybe I will cast I will cast Mass Healing Word on everybody who is hit. Does this get Velky?
If
Depends
you're
on where
near
you
there.
are.
Yeah, you could be close enough for that.
Okay, I'm gonna wiggle closer to Velky to make sure. Well, if Velky is 60 feet within me, we're good. That is...
You don't even have to roll for me specifically because I'm in my own bubble.
Yeah, everyone in there
I'll
is going to
get-
get max.
Anybody within 30 feet of me will immediately get max from any healing that takes place.
Okay. So, well, because I rolled a 4, so... Or, like, I rolled a 1, but it's plus 3, so it would have been a 4.
Okay.
So, that is not very helpful, but that's okay.
Okay. No, you heal people up.
Okay, good. That part's good.
So, everything comes together now. Kushana is completely invulnerable to fire while within this ice
No,
shell.
vulnerable, not invulnerable.
Oh, I misread that. Fire vulnerability. Okay, so you're going to still take damage, but you're still cooling it along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If only I could read.
I was wondering why you were like, oh, that's so cool. I'm like, okay.
This whole time I was like, why is Kishwana doing any of this right now? Why is she putting herself in this
Because
situation?
ice.
No, I get it. I was just like, damn, isn't that like bad? But absolutely, hell yeah.
Since you still have the spell, I'm not going to go with the fully submerged in lava trait, which is 18d10.
I mean, I have a lot of temporary hit points. That's why I did it. Because
that makes sense.
I get so many hit points from it. And it only lasts a turn.
You're very valid. I think it's a great idea, personally.
You do have your other spell that's been going to cool it down, plus your ice is cooling it down. So instead of going up to level 4, I'm going to stick it to level 3. Which is 6d10. It's a big jump. Oh no, the next one up would have been 10d10, not 18. 18's the highest. Either way, I'm sticking to the 6. Doubling up on those. Okay, so that's 10, 15, 19. 39 fire damage.
Yeah, it doesn't even really do much.
You had 2 spells up. If it was only one, I would have gone with one of the others. Let you guys shine. As the lava slows down, it pools into this berm that you've made on Taste, and the lava slowly rises up against it and comes back down, and the water pools eventually, but it takes quite a while as the cooling behind slows it down more and more, and it starts to come over the edge of your berm and hit the first few barricades, but it very quickly loses momentum as you've all managed to get everyone into safety. There are no people injured. Well, no one's getting caught in a lava flow. And there is going to be a fire, but that is much more able to be handled than pools of lava hitting the entire town.
Mm-hmm.
You did a good job. Everyone pulled their weight fantastically throughout these rounds. And with that, you all get to level up.
I was not expecting the juice.
Juice.
Yeah.
Yippee, juice.
I would like to thank all of you for playing. I would like to thank everybody for watching. And I would like to thank everybody for listening, as we are now well past our usual time here. This was a fantastic session. We'll be back in next week.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you all have a good night.